Welcome to Housing for Good, a podcast dedicated to housing topics and issues affecting our communities in McPherson County and beyond. With years of experience and expertise, hosts Chris Goodson and Karolyn Moore discuss housing challenges and opportunities with other experts from a variety of housing fields.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Housing for Good. I'm Karolyn.
And I'm Chris. Okay, let's talk about some news today.
Okay, do it.
Okay, so first we have the housing conference. We set the date for the next conference. It is September 25th, 2025 at the McPherson Community Building, like last year.
Yep.
It's our fifth one, Karolyn. Can you believe
I know.
it? This will be our fifth conference. Anybody out there, if you have any ideas for our conference, something you'd like to see, someone you'd like us to bring in, please let us know so that we can continue to make this a great conference. And
go ahead.
And we also have Brush Up Mac, which is going to be April 19th. So if you have anybody that needs help or you want to volunteer, we'll have the information out in January. You and Joey are working on that, correct?
We are. And you know, it's crazy right now because the weather is nice. Normally it's cold and we get into winter and, you know, people do not do yard work and they don't do anything really on maintenance for their house. So April is a nice time for that to come back in and we'll get volunteers.
Although I will say we've had snow, we've had rain during Brush Up Mac. And yesterday was actually the warmest day in the state of Kansas for like years.
Like the 1930s.
Yes.
Crazy.
Can you believe it? Yeah, it is crazy.
We beat a record.
We're digressing here, but
we are. Okay. Well, today in our conversation, we're going to talk with Milton Collins. Milton, would you introduce yourself and your position in Lindsborg?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Milton Collins. Like she said, I am the Community Development Director for the City of Lindsborg, also with the Neighborhood Services. A lot of my position goes to promoting the City of Lindsborg. I do a lot of the building inspections, building permits, code compliance, floodplain mitigation, a lot of the outs and ins. We also have several programs that the city utilizes as far as the bike share program and the Lift Up Lindsborg program.
Okay, what is the bike share program?
So
we need this in McPherson.
Yeah, what's the bike share?
So the bike share program was brought on by the OCCK out of Salina. It's a bike share rental program that the community can download an app and you can punch in your payment method, and there's programs you can be a member for a year. I think it's like $30 for a membership, and then the bike rides are $1.50 per ride for up to however long you want to ride it. We are one of 9 communities in that program, and the city of Lindsborg has been one of the top ones for the last year and a half.
That's awesome.
So, you know, promoting Lindsborg would, to me, not be very difficult. Because you guys have such a great community as far as...
it's awesome.
I mean, you're known for so many Swedish things. You get your bakeries and your dollar horses, and what a fun time. But there's also more things going on in Lindsborg besides all the cool stuff as far as housing and what you guys are doing up there, and I want to hear about that.
I know, yeah. No, I love the community of Lindsborg. It's really exciting how it just seems to keep growing. So, what is being done to build housing in Lindsborg?
So currently we are 45 houses down in our new addition, the Stockholm Estates addition. We're getting ready to work on phase 2. I'm not 100% sure on the number, but I think they'll bring another 100 houses to the city of Lindsborg. These are all updated housing. There's cottages that are being built. There's duplexes, townhomes being built. There's multifamily housing. So the second phase is going to be more higher end housing, but we still have those open lots for those single family dwellings in there too.
Okay. And that's nice looking housing.
It is.
I mean, they've done a great job up there. Who's the developer up there for that?
So the developer is a group of businessmen, mainly out of the Salina area. I know Derek Lee being one of them and Lance Cochran being another one. I can't think of the third guy, but yeah, those 3 guys was looking for housing in Lindsborg and wasn't able to find it. And they just like, well, I wonder how many other people are going through the same situation. And that's where it all started from.
So I'm curious, is how the lack of housing hurting your community at all? Are you seeing, well, maybe we can't do this or we can't do that, or you have a lot of concerns about housing, or what is that?
For sure. The lack of housing does hurt our community. We have a lot of people that commute into Lindsborg from surrounding communities such as McPherson or Salina. And we would definitely love to have those people live and work in Lindsborg. So building housing is definitely a plus that we're looking into. I mean, we do have the Children's Learning Center. We do have some small transportation with the dollar van through the senior center. that is helpful. But I mean, there's a lot of small amenities that the city of Lindsborg does offer. But that housing part is something that we're definitely trying to figure out.
So the cottages, you mentioned them in particular. Are they 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, or are the cottages smaller houses?
So they're smaller houses, but they are 2-bedroom houses.
Okay.
They do have a inner safety room. So the way they're built, they do have the zero entry, all efficient homes for the 2 family occupants.
Okay. And how much are those selling for?
So the cottages, I believe, are going under that $199 mark.
That's awesome.
Affordable.
Yeah. That's very affordable.
Yeah. How does the college play into all this? Are you noticing anything? I mean, are you having a housing crisis a little bit because of the college kids, or do they have their own housing, or how does that work at the college?
So a lot of the college kids nowadays are housed on the campus. There are some kids that do have separate housing that their parents come in and buy, and I've talked to one family that they kind of utilize Lindsborg as their getaway spot when the summer comes. It's a family from out of Arizona that they just enjoy the winters here, so they come. It's the opposite. Most people leave Lindsborg and go to Arizona.
I know, rental.
But yeah, they bought a 2-story house on one of the main streets in Lindsborg, and their son's living in it, and then they come back and visit so often. And I think there's several little houses like that college parents do buy up, but I don't think it's by any means hurting our community as far as the housing goes. Mm-hmm. There is some housing that we could tap into that have just gone vacant, but those are some things that we're looking into getting back on the market.
So I think at one time you said maybe there was 15 homes in Lindsborg that are not occupied at this point.
So there are some houses that are vacant right now due to either passing of the resident and the family not living in town. So there's about 15 that I've counted that I'm tracking to get back on the market, yes.
That could make a huge difference for
can.
people trying to get into Lindsborg. Do you feel like, well, maybe we don't have enough people to work in Lindsborg? I know nursing homes always struggle with trying to find people.
Yeah.
And then not to have housing and stuff that's affordable. Is that going on there too?
Our nursing home, the Bethany home, is one of the greatest ones I've been a part of or been able to meet the CEO, Chris Erickson. He's doing a great job. And he's also looking to expand his property in the backside of the Bethany Estates over there on the northeast part of town. He has the land. He's looking for a developer. If anybody knows anyone out there, get in touch with Chris Erickson with the Bethany Estates. But as far as that goes, our Bethany Village, our assisted living does a pretty good job in Lindsborg, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So another program you mentioned when you were kind of introducing yourself was Lift Up Lindsborg. I know that this has been a program that's been around for a couple of years. Explain to us what it does.
Yes, Lift Up Lindsborg started in April 2021. It was known as the Exterior Improvement Incentive Program, which began with the approval of the City Council. It started with $15,000. After that, my predecessor, Jordan, he pushed for more funds towards that program. Then it grew to $30,000 a year that the city would put towards this program. Over the years, it's helped over 10 to 12 houses a year as far as exterior upgrades, as far as porches, paint, roofing, siding, all that good stuff. I mean, it definitely does some good in the community. Yeah,
I know Chris and I, a couple years ago, we took our trailer for Brush Up Mac up there because they were painting a whole house.
Yeah.
And to me, I mean, we do Brush Up Mac here in McPherson, and just the yard work and minor stuff we do, I feel pretty good about it. And then Jordan was up there, and I'm like, "You're painting a whole house?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yep."
Yeah, I was like, we'll see how this goes, because that was a lot. I mean, the before and afters are pretty awesome, but it's like,
well, and I
wow.
think when Brush Up Mac was maybe in its infancy, I volunteered, and we also painted a few whole houses.
It did, but then we realized, no, this is not happening, because you don't want to burn out your volunteers.
Exactly.
Because then you'll never see them again.
Yes.
Ever again.
Yes.
So you got to keep it small, and I mean, whatever works for each community is great, but it's like...
Yeah, but Jordan, I feel like Jordan was really gung-ho on that, and so it's like, you go.
Yeah.
You go. So how many houses a year?
For this year, I know in 2024, we've done total of 5. We have 2 more waiting to complete. They did join the program in early May. Each one of them are a matching program. So we have 3 different types of programs within the Lift Up Lindsborg. There's the matching, there's the classic, and then there's also the yard work. The matching is where the city would reimburse $2,500 towards the program, as long as the resident put in $2,500 or more. And then the classic kind of falls off a little bit. I mean, that's also the $2,500 matching, but it's just part of like more landscaping type And then the landscape is usually when the city gets volunteers together to help just fix up the property as far as the landscaping and yard maintenance. So.
Okay. And we talked about this a little bit before we started recording. I like to think that when your neighbor sees somebody working on your house or your yard, they go, oh, wow, you're helping improve the look of the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. What is your experience with that? Overall,
the experience with those, the feedback I've gotten from the ones that have been in the program, I'm going to shout out Nick McQueen. He's with the city of McPherson. He actually was part of this program, and they've done a wonderful job on their house as far as painting the exterior. A lot of the neighbors, I mean, it helps when neighbors are also doing their property once they see the neighbors doing the property. Yes. So I think that's the biggest effect that this program has is once they see the neighbor doing it, it kind of is contagious to the next properties. Yeah. And there's a lot of oohs and ahs and some backdraws on some things, but for the most part, it's all been positive.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
Good.
So what plans do you have for the future for Lindsborg? Are you looking at, when you're looking ahead, what are you thinking? Are you going to try to just continue to build? Are you trying to, what's that look like for Lindsborg, the future of what's going on over there?
Future of Lindsborg, I believe we're going to continue to push that Stockholm Estates development. Also, like I said, looking at hopefully getting that plan up and going for Bethany Estates as far as their properties go, developing that, and then tacking into those houses that are vacant right now that are definitely needing some upgrades that people, small families, could definitely buy into. With the housing market going up and down, we don't know which way is up. But I think there's a lot of potential in Lindsborg in those older housing that we can definitely tap into. So.
Okay, and how's your Main Street doing?
Main Street's doing pretty well. We received a HILL grant from the Department of Commerce. We had a meeting today, actually. They're closer to finish. They did a whole facade paint. They did new windows. We do have some properties on the south end of town of Main Street that are getting cleaned up. We did some new painting jobs on one building. I mean, there's some good, thriving businesses in the city of Lindsborg on downtown.
Now, you also have some open storefronts, correct?
That is correct. We do have two on the south side of town, one being the old Swisher building that is looking for a new business to either occupy that or someone to come in and do something completely different with it, yes.
Okay, awesome. So if there's anybody out there listening and you think you want a place to start your business, Lindsborg's got an open storefront right on their Main Street, and their Main Street is so cool. I just love going there.
Yeah, it's a really cool town. You even have those little bicycle things, not just the ride share thing. They're talking about those little bicycle things and that you see people riding around.
Yeah.
It's just a fun tourist spot. Not only is it a great place to live, but a great tourist spot. So if you're listening and you're not from Kansas or this area, you really need to come to Lindsborg and visit and see this cool little town that's in the middle of Kansas. It's a great place.
So what events or programs do you have coming up?
Starting November 2nd, we will have something every weekend in the city of Lindsborg until the end of the year. I don't know them all off the top of my head because it's a long list, but I mean, if you come down to Lindsborg on a weekend, you'll find something to do, I promise you.
Is there a place they can find that list?
Yes, you can go down to the City of Lindsborg's webpage, the CVB, the Community Visitors Bureau. They do have a list of items and events going on through town. Also, you can stop in at 101 South Main, the City Hall, and pick up one of those brochures also.
Okay. Also, Milton, another question that came to mind is, Chris and I, we work with low-income families. Where would a family in Lindsborg come to find out resources and help that could be out there to help them maybe with a utility bill, or they're struggling with food or school supplies? What would that look like?
So we do have the Dollar Pantry located at the Bethany Lutheran Church off of Olson Street. They do help a lot of needy families that are in need with food or any assistance. That we do have the Tackle churches. It's a church group out of Lindsborg. Excuse me, I can't remember the name. But the Tackle does do a lot of great things for the community as far as helping individuals that are in need. As far as modern income housing, we do have the Stockholm Estates that have considered modern income housing at the same time. I mean, I am part of the Housing Coalition, so you could definitely reach out to me. If I could help, I will. I can definitely point you in the right direction.
And I will bring, you've been talking about Tackle all this time, and I don't know if people realize that it's actually a store you can go into and buy things very affordable. It's like It's
kind of like our Save and Share or like Goodwill. Compare
it's a store that you can buy secondhand items that are usually in pretty great shape.
Yeah.
And buy things very affordable. And every penny you spend goes back into Lindsborg to help people in your community. They do lots of great things up there with that money.
Well, and they just did a huge expansion on that building over the past year. I was amazed when I went up there to take some stuff to donate how much bigger their building is.
Yeah, so if you're a thrifter, go up to Lindsborg and go to Tackle. It's a great store.
Well, and the thing I love about Tackle is they're kind of a cross between Save and Share and Reuse It, because Tackle takes furniture. Save and Share doesn't here in McPherson. You have to really go to Reuse It for that. But Tackle, you can find furniture and all kinds of
it's a great
good
store.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's a really good store.
Okay, are you going to ask him your question that you ask everybody?
Oh, yes, I think I am.
Okay,
I didn't ask the last group that we had, but I am asking him. So here's my question. If you had all the money in the world and you could do whatever you wanted, so there's nothing that you can't do in Lindsborg, what would that look like for you? What do you think that's missing or that you really want to do up there that could really make an impact?
Oh, man. The kid inside of me says a big jump park.
Oh, that would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think the kids in Lindsborg definitely need something that they can go and just be a kid again, something for the adults now. I mean, there's adult size slides and play areas now. I think you can have both sides of that. I mean, at the same time, I mean, housing is definitely important to all of us, and everyone having a home to go to is very important. But I think that sometimes we just need to get back to the basics and just have fun. And
we just need to have fun. I love it.
I love that.
I would go if it was like for adults. Probably hurt myself, but that would be really fun.
There's foam pits, I promise.
Yeah, I need something so when I'm jumping in the air and falling, I have something to land on that doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Oh,
well, that was
I love that.
This has been a great interview, Karolyn.
It has been.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Milton, is there anything else about Lindsborg you want to tell us?
Oh, Lindsborg. Lindsborg's a great, unique town, and I'm originally from Baytown, Texas, and I came here in 2008 and kind of just never left, and Lindsborg's been a big part of that. I've met some great people, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been a part of my life since I've been here. So
it is a nice community. You know, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, you know, you've got your water park, you've got your hospital, you've got a grocery store, you've got a college, you've got medical and dental, and it's just a nice little town. Yeah.
So thank you for tuning in to Housing for Good.
Yes, leave us a review or a comment. Tell us who you want us to talk to next. You can do all that at housingforgood@mcphersonhc.org.
See you later.